I started with this tune this morning. What's going on? It's in line with the topic for today. We are going to shake a lot of tables. Although, yes, it's important we talk about this topic today. And just like I informed you yesterday, right after I did all the talking on health revolution, I told you that today's topic will be very sensitive, and it's something that would interest everyone, especially the men who are fans of this program. And yes, if this is your first time of tuning in, you are welcome. This is Health Revolution, your daily tonic for healthy living. My name, as always, is Mary Omeniwo. They call me the Slim Diva, your most adorable. Thank you, Buruburu, for handing over to me. I'm not alone in the studio, right? I'll be, letting the cat out of the bag in a few minutes. But I want everyone to know that the month of June is widely recognized as Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. The whole month of June for only men. Do we have anything like that? I mean, for the women. I will dig deep and I'll find out. Okay, welcome and thank you so much for your company this morning. Let me introduce my guest because our time is ticking already. 10 minutes gone past 11 this lovely Wednesday morning. How are you today? I trust you're doing great. Thank you for joining us this morning. And our guest for today is no other person than, God, it's always a delight to have this man in the studio because he's full of knowledge. Dr. Anyanwu Darlington, C. What's the C for? I've not asked, but I'm going to ask you today. Dr. Anyanwu Darlington, you are welcome to Echo FM this morning.
Thank you and good morning.
Good morning. Is it Chinedu or what's C for?
Chidozie.
Chidozie. Okay, Dr. Anyanwu Darlington Chidozie is a senior medical officer and medical sonologist with Everite Diagnostics. It's good to have you right here in our studio once again this morning.
My pleasure.
Okay, and also in the studio, they're just around the corner, observing. They like to cheer on their colleagues. Mr. Kelvin Ugori, you are welcome this morning to Echo FM as well.
Good morning,
Good morning. And Mrs. Nora Onyedimnazu, good morning to you.
Good morning, Moonlight.
Thank you for coming. Okay, so for the benefit of this program, you'll be hearing only the voice of Dr. Anyanwu Darlington, except maybe Mr. Kelvin and Nora would want to, say one or two things, but the spotlight will be on Dr. Anyanwu this morning. Okay, so quickly, let's go into the conversation. Like I said, as part of my opening statement, I told you that June is widely recognized as Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, a time dedicated to focusing on the emotional and psychological well-being of men, the challenges that come with them having some of these mental health issues as well. And the aim of this conversation is to dismantle societal stigmas. The aim of today's topic, I want to note, or I want to sound it out, is not to mock anyone. Is not to laugh at people who have a specific, God, I don't even know how to say this, right? But by the time we start off, you would understand clearly what I'm trying to say. The aim is for people who fall within the category of what we'll be talking about today to try to seek professional help. That's the only way you can come out of that problem. Okay, so for advocates who are particular about the Men's Mental Health Month, they use this time to talk about the high suicidal rates in our society, but we will not focus on suicide today. They use this time as well to talk about undiagnosed struggles that the men are faced with. We know that millions of men in not just Nigeria, but globally are faced with a lot of issues as a result of stress, depression, burnout. Almost everything, most of the time, falls on the head of the man. House rent, school fees, feeding, hospital bills, name it. The man, even when the man settles down, he still goes back to ensure that everything is in place at home. He takes care of his parents as well. So it seems more like the weight is on the man. But we don't want to talk about the struggles of men today, right? We don't want to talk about the issue of suicide. No. We don't want to talk about expectations, traditional expectations, with regards to the men. No. Today's topic is something very different and quite sensitive. It has to do with penile size dissatisfaction. What do I mean by penile? Okay, that is big grammar, right? We want to talk about male or manhood, the size of a man's organ, and it's his dissatisfaction with the size, and then how it goes ahead to affect him psychologically and emotionally. That's what we want to talk about today. It's all about the health, the mental health, of men. And this is one aspect that a lot of people shy away from. And I feel it's high time we talk about this. Dr. Anyanwu, are you ready for us?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Slim Diva.
Yes, please.
This is a table shaker.
I know.
And it's so funny that it's on air. I wish it was a clinic session.
Okay.
Where I would be at home and free to actually let this cat out of the bag the way it should be, because there are restrictions up and down with online programs.
I know, but it's also an avenue for people who would now want to reach out. They will now come separately. You know what I mean now?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, please.
All right. It's very important that you actually brought this particular sensitive topic in this month that has to do with the Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. All right. Going straight into this particular topic that has to do with the dissatisfaction among men with their manhood or the male organ. It would be pertinent to actually point it out here on air that most men, 70% of men, fall under the category who assume that their manhood is not of adequate size.
70%?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Given to societal norms and so many things here and there that could have contributed to this particular ideology or conclusions. Now, I want to actually state it here that sizes differ.
Okay.
But what matters most is knowing if your size falls within the normal anatomical range. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to cite an example. You know very well that the females have an organ that is not of the same size too.
Very true.
All right? The mammary gland, which is the breast of every female, is never of the same size. Okay? But you would also find out that there are men, when they look at women, there are things they prefer. For those who actually prefer the mammary gland as their point of attraction in women, they will tell you the sizes they prefer. It doesn't mean that the person who has, as the sizes differ, so also the bra sizes you people go to the market to pick.
Buy, yes.
So also does it have to do with men.
Okay.
But the problem here is this. Most men have actually given into societal detections and assumptions, coming to say your penis is small and this person's own is big, which brings in the fact that most of these things is as a result of some social media misnomers.
Okay.
One of it is the constant abuse of pornography. Yes.
Okay.
The other is when people sit down and have discussions without medical facts or fact-checking their information. I would want to state it here that there are two types of male organs on display.
Okay.
All right? I remember my days in the medical school, we would always say that there are the showers and there are the growers.
Showers.
Yes.
SHOWERS.
Yes.
Okay.
There are the showers and there are the growers.
Okay.
All right. What it simply means is that you know very well as men or as young boys, there are points where you guys walk around within your premises with only your inner wears or even naked when you want to go take a shower. You find out that the size of A's manhood and Mr. B and Mr. C and Mr. D can never be of the same size.
Okay.
All right? There are those, when you see it, is looking as big as. Those are the showers.
Okay.
Okay? Now, there are those, when you look at it, it looks as if it is small by size. But when it is called into play, you find out that it grows as big as is expected.
Okay.
Those are the growers.
Okay.
All right? But what is pertinent here for every man listening to me now to understand is that there is an average size of your penile organ.
And what's the average size?
All right. It's expected that at a flaccid state, not in arousal,
Okay.
it's supposed to be between the sizes of 8 to 10 cm.
8 to 10 centimeters.
Yes.
Okay.
Which, if you do it by inches, it is 3.1 to 3.9 inches.
Okay.
All right? But permit me to say this, that someone at 7 is not also considered small.
Okay.
It is now when you're below 7, that's 7 cm, that's when it's below 2 point something, 2.6 something inches, that you now say, oh, it's assumed that this particular penis is smaller than expected.
Okay.
But also remember that when you talk about the size, which is the length of this particular penis, you also talk about the circumference, which is the grit. At a flaccid state, which is non-arousal, the circumference should be between 9 to 10 cm,
Okay.
or approximately 3.5 to 3.9 inches. Now, on erection during arousal, it's expected that it should be at an average of 13.
Okay.
When you place it on a range, it's between 10 to 16 cm, or at least 4 to 6.3 inches. All right?
Okay.
Now, the circumference on arousal should be between 11.7 cm. Okay? These are the things that you put into consideration. So for every man, before you start giving yourself the headache of asking questions whether yours is of the normal size or the normal grit or circumference, it is wise, just as women do. Every woman would not deny this. At a stage in your youthful years, you went to the mirror, looked at yourself butt naked,
Yes.
trying to assess so many things.
Okay.
Because I will tell you for a fact, as a doctor, that I've actually had to go for so many outreaches that you would see the younger ladies, younger girls between the ages of 15, 16, coming to you to complain about the sizes of their breast.
Oh.
All right?
Okay.
So as it differs in a woman's breast, so does it also differ in a man's
organ.
Do you understand?
Yes, I
Now,
know.
what I want you to know here is that the size of a woman's breast does not actually determine the flow of the milk. So also does the size of a man's organ does not determine fertility.
Okay. It's
Now-
good. It's good we are saying this. Sorry to cut you, right?
Okay.
Now, I have a case at hand where someone reached out to me. In fact, that was one of the triggers for this topic.
Okay.
And he was crying. You know, when it gets to that point where a man sheds tears, just
Okay.
know that it has gone beyond, overboard.
Yes.
And then he said his marriage is at the verge of collapsing.
Okay.
Why? He married this lady, she was actually not in the country. She came back and somehow they got married, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden she says she's no longer interested in the marriage. She started complaining about his organ size and all of that. And as I speak with you, that young man is depressed, totally depressed, and is contemplating suicide and decided to reach out to me. Now, for most women or most people, they feel, oh, the slim ladies who have, small mammary glands cannot satisfy the babies more. Rather, if it's bigger, it's better, and so on and so forth. And that's, I call it societal standards. Just like you have the women who are now under pressure to go do the BBL thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's also the same way majority of the men are under pressure
Yes.
to do something about the male organ.
Yes.
And it seems more like nobody is talking about these things.
That's why we're
Okay.
here.
So, perceived social partner expectation when it comes to the size of a male organ. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Permit me to say this. As a man, your masculinity and self-confidence, self-esteem matters a lot. It matters a whole lot. the person you talked in question, I just wish and hope he's listening to me currently. Because what I want you to know is this, that the size of a man's organ does not determine his ability to actually satisfy a woman.
Okay.
Satisfaction sexually does not come from the size, I bet you. Okay? You see, these are the things we use to deceive ourselves. Okay? Let me give a societal example where a man who is driving a Corolla and is comfortable gets turned down by a woman because she prefers a man in Range Rover.
Okay.
All right? So also does it talk about, when you talk about the man's organ. Now, I want you to know that most women who, even in marriage, cheat with their spouse, 90% of the times is not because of the size.
Okay.
It's the man's inactivity to actually know how to navigate around a woman's body. Okay? And you understand that when a man puts on some body size or body weight, especially the abdomen, the size of the organ starts regressing. Okay. All right? So you don't put all these things into consideration. You put yourself in a situation where you're suffering with depression, low self-esteem, and so many other things that could actually predispose you to what you're just talking about, somebody contemplating suicide.
Suicide, yes. So apart from depression, low self-esteem, how else does this manifest? I mean, the organ size dissatisfaction for men in particular.
Yes.
The truth is, women are expressive more than the men.
Exactly.
A man might be struggling with something here and he would never say anything to anybody. He would rather die in that problem, right? So apart from depression, are there other ways these things can manifest mentally?
Yes.
Okay.
A whole lot. Slim Diva, are you aware that most men now prefer masturbation to actually asking women out?
Oh my God.
Yes. Because they are scared. Now, I want you to understand that most, I believe that 50 to 70% of men don't even understand that whether size or the length and the circumference of this particular organ, that your self-energy and stamina during intercourse matters a whole lot, okay? Now, permit me to say this, that it is understood that a man's arousal to a point of ejaculation or climax is between 2 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
It's the standard. Forget what they see and watch from pornographies and what
and
they...
that's why they try to act it out. Someone is there, 30 minutes.
Do you understand?
And they try to act it out.
What you have to understand, for a female, it is between 10 to 15 minutes to achieve the first orgasm.
10 to 15 minutes.
All right? So, if you as a man do not understand the gimmicks that before you actually plunge in, you have to play around to get her at least to 8 minutes where she is ready, that your 2 minutes to 7 minutes to get her to have 15 minutes. Then when you just dive in, within 2 minutes you're done, and she still has about 13 minutes waiting.
Left.
when she now looks at you, my sister, she's looking at what you brought to the table.
Yes.
And if what you brought to the table by her eyes is not what she thinks is standard, it might be standard. Because average, men have almost the average size. But the problem is, how do you use
How
it?
do they
now,
use
when we
it?
now talk about this low self-esteem,
Okay.
you now find out that they are the ones who are shy to ask women out. They are the ones who are shy to even initiate the sexual activity. They are the ones who are shy to actually talk about, go into details about what they want from a woman. Because, you see, the reason why we have more sims in men currently is because of this.
Okay.
You now expect that a woman should be the one who dictates. All right? When it doesn't work that way, you fall into this depression.
Yes.
But when you stand as a man and tell yourself the truth, what is the truth? That you did not, our fingers are not equal, for crying out loud. All right? As our fingers are not equal, so also our structures and our organs. I tell you for a fact that the size of the liver in every man is not of the same size.
They are different.
So also the size of the kidneys.
Yes.
So also the size of the prostate.
Okay.
Our eyeballs. Okay? The size of the heart.
The nose.
Everything. Our height. Okay? You will find out that there is a short man, when the average man of an average size, who has an average sized organ, but the grit, that's the circumference, is big.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
But there are those who would have, they are tall, have the longer type, but the circumference is smaller.
So it has to do with the structure of the body.
The bone structure and everything matters a lot.
Okay, but do you agree that perception
It's
can
what-
affect the mood of the man?
That perception now is the societal circle you keep yourself in.
Okay.
All right? Now, I've had to actually address this as a doctor, where a man walks into the clinic to actually talk to me that his girlfriend said his penis is of the small size and she needs to move on.
Male organ.
Yes. Now, and I was of the opinion, can we do a practical stuff here? He was willing. I checked the size. Lo and behold, at a flaccid state, this stuff was almost 5 cm.
Okay, and you said the normal size at the flaccid state is around 8 to 10.
Yes.
8 to 10, and his was 5.
5.
Okay, so where do we place that?
Beautiful. Now, when you look at this particular man now, it looks as if the size is small. But when you look at the circumference, when I checked the circumference, it's like 2 organs merged in one.
Together, okay.
So his problem now is not even the size. It's that he doesn't even know how to make use of it.
Yes, I understand now.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, you would have, you see, when we talk about this societal stuff, you know that if you've not eaten rice before, Slim Diva, you can never tell me that
How
jollof
it
rice tastes better than stewed rice.
Very true.
All right?
Yeah.
So one of the issues that we're having now is that we're having women who've been passed around now coming to dictate the play in a man who is supposed to be the game changer.
Okay.
All right? When you now sit a girl of 20 years who has slept with a 54-year-old, 30-year-old, she's been passed around, and for crying out loud, there is what we call the Hooke's law of elasticity. When a structure, when a spring, that's what we taught in physics, that when a spring exceeds its elastic limit and gets to its breaking point, it cannot return back to normal.
Okay.
All right? When you see that type of... Now, Kevin Ogori is taller than me, way taller. Our structures are not of the same size.
Not at all.
So he cannot go through someone, and that person expects me to fill in that gap.
Okay.
That is Keketoing 911.
Calm down. we have started towing vehicles. My goodness. Dr. Kelvin, Dr. Anyanwu, take it easy, okay?
All right.
I know that people are listening, and very soon the phone lines will start to buzz. A lot of people are quite interested in this topic. Don't forget, it's the Mental Health Awareness Month for the men, the whole of this month, and we decided to dedicate today to talking about, the emotional and psychological trauma for a man who feels that his male organ is tiny. But Dr. Anyanwu has said a lot about the size and structure. All men were created differently. The moment you understand that, then you know you don't have a problem. Now, before we go ahead to talk about supplements and male enhancement, blah, 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 that people now go ahead to indulge in just to make sure that the size is increased or reduced, we'll go into that. But let's open up the phone lines right now. 0911 20,022, 0911 20,022, or you call 0707 454 1014. Again, 0911 20,022, or you call 0707 454 1014. Alternatively, you can send us a WhatsApp message on 0707 491 3438. We're live on Facebook this morning at Echo FM 100.7. All right, the phone lines are beeping. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let me quickly add that this is a sensitive topic for adults, most importantly adults. Please, if you know you don't have anything important to say, do not bother calling, okay? I will yank you off the moment I notice you want to play, some jokes and joke around this whole thing. It's not a joke. Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
I'm calling from Owerri. My name is Christopher.
Christopher?
Yeah.
Turn down the volume on your radio. Christopher, go ahead, please.
Okay, I've learned a lot about what doctors say. I'm so much impressed. There are some certain things I didn't know. Imagine Keke towing a trailer.
That's the one you will hear. For the past 30 minutes, he has been saying other important things.
No. I'm trying to say something. Madam, see, there are some guys, when you meet a lady, the lady tell you that you cannot do her anything. You cannot offer anything that will you. Without this thing, doctor said, now, I won't know the cause of it. Like doctor said, when lab exceeded its limit, nothing is there anymore.
Okay.
I have learned a lot. Maybe I would like to get that doctor number. I will be my doctor.
Thank you so much, Christopher. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution this morning. Let's go over to the next person. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Please turn down the volume on your radio. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning to you. What's your name, please?
My name is Samuel. I'm calling from Naked.
Go ahead, Samuel.
All these things now is a gift. There are people who cannot even touch the part of the body, but they still sanctify the woman.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that having the small size or big size is a problem. No, it's a gift. There are people that have the natural gift.
Okay. So for men who feel that it's tiny, they shouldn't be bothered, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes. If you know, like there was a girl I dated before. Even I used to go to 30 minutes. Sometimes she used to ask me, have you taken anything? I said, no, I didn't take anything. So that is what I'm saying. It's a gift.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's not a matter of size.
Thank you. Thank you, Samuel. It has nothing to do with the size. It's a natural gift. That's what Samuel has just said. Okay, good morning to you. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, this Lim Diva.
Amma, you are welcome. Good morning.
Thank you very much. As you said, it's Amanda calls from which is speaking Owerri.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, in fact, today's topic is wow.
I know. Go ahead.
And it's another topic.
Yes, it is. But it's very
That
important.
started late. I wish it will be repeated very soon.
I will do that, okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Well, for now, I don't have much to say because I started listening very.
Okay.
So, but the little I have heard, I think the topic is wow. Say it again. Amma from Uche.
Thank you, Amma. I appreciate you. Wow, he's wowed by Dr. Anyanwu. Okay. Hello, good morning to you. Name and location, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Nazi.
What's your name?
Ima.
Go ahead, Ima.
This topic where this man they talk, I like the topic because this thing now where they talk now is happening to me.
Really?
Because all this while I don't they notice all this thing. But this topic need they talk now. And now I come they know where all those things they happen.
Kai. Chai.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you've been silent all this while, and it's been eating you up.
I just they die inside. But this need they talk now. Come they notice where the problem.
It's not a problem, Ima. Okay, it's not a problem. You heard what he said.
I would like to see I'll have the number of the doctor.
Just keep
I will
listening.
explain more.
Maybe later you can send in a WhatsApp message, okay? Our official WhatsApp message, and then I'll respond, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. For people, because we have barely 25 minutes left, for people who would want further clarifications, you can send in a WhatsApp message to 0707 491 3438. 0707 491 3438. Okay, more calls. Hello.
Hello.
Morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine. I just want to greet the doctors. They are doing good.
They can hear you.
Thank
Go
you very
ahead.
much.
Yeah, this is Megatelos. I'm calling from away.
What's your name?
Megatelos.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm calling from away. This topic is good. I want to say something.
Okay.
What the doctor say about the size is 30% truth. But most times, size matters a little bit. It matters too. Because the eyes eat first before any other thing.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
so
because
don't you feel it's discriminating a person who naturally doesn't have up to that big male organ?
Yeah, like what the doctor said about the two ones. You need to know how to play your card before any other thing. It helps a lot.
Okay.
So I just want to tell them not to be intimidated, by the size of whatever thing they have. So I think they will know. Doctor has taught us how to do it better before.
Okay.
How to get it started.
Okay.
So, but all I want to say in my conclusion is size matters a little bit.
It matters a little. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for your contribution this morning. I appreciate you, okay?
I appreciate it.
Okay, he says the topic is boom. Let's squeeze in one more call. Dr. Anyao, calm down. I know you're eager to say something. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Slim Diva.
Name and location, please.
Yes, indeed, calling you here from the Lume Chemical Gizena.
Nda, otekwala o.
Yes, okay, my dear. I got all of them, man, now. We don't see the people make their time.
This one now that you said, I didn't hear. Go ahead.
This one. Slim Diva. Doctor, I greet you.
Thank you very
I
much.
think I want to be this way. I say, I don't, before the doctor talk, I understand them, but I want me to clarify me more, or if somebody, man who is small, which kind of food in the eat, so to get more strength and in body. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very vital question. Now that will start from Nda, who called in. He's asking if there's any form of diets or dieting that can contribute to helping with the size of a male organ. Or since you said it has to do with the work, right? I don't know how to put this, but he's asking if there is any kind of food they can eat to help them. Okay, let's start from that one.
Okay, let me just tackle this particular question head on. He's asking if there are kinds of food to actually eat. Now, I want him to understand something. It's not about the food you eat, it's about your endurance. So you build it, okay? Now, there are important things that every man, what matters in a man's life when you talk about his sexual health is his testosterone, which is that particular hormone that is responsible for giving him the urge to actually perform. Okay? And you should understand that as a man starts clocking 40 and above, there is a drop, there is a nosedive of this testosterone surge. So also for a female from age 34, 35, her female hormone starts dropping. So, but what you need to do is that there are series of foods, okay, counting from your regular eggs, to your garlic, to your onion, to your bananas, to your fruits, and all those things that are important for you to actually place yourself on a regular, just to help boost yourself, okay? But it is important for you to understand that as a male, you must indulge in exercises to build stamina.
What kind of exercise? Light exercises, or do they have to do brisk walking? Do they have
Now,
to...
when it comes to exercises, you know that the comorbidities of life matters a lot. The exercise for someone who is totally healthy and the exercise of someone who is hypertensive can never be the same.
Very true.
All right? The exercises of a diabetic and the exercises of someone who is asthmatic can never be the same. But what matters most is that you put those particular muscles into activity. All right? You work them out. From the brisk walk to the skipping to the isometric exercises like swimming to cycling to even jogging, all right? Then going to the gym to lift weights. Those are just, it's neither here nor there, but it also actually helps, okay? Now, the pelvic floor muscles for every man is important that you put it into action because these are the things that help you. Because you would have to understand that the muscles responsible for erection is the corpus, the cavernosus muscles and the spongiosum, just as the name implies. The cavernosus looks like a cave. It's like an opening. So also the spongiosus muscle looks like a bunch of sponge. What happens is that blood engorges within this particular organ as a result of, from the sense organ, either by sight, by touch, there is arousal. That arousal leads to the release of nitric oxides, okay? The function of nitric oxide in a man's body system is for dilatation of the blood vessels. And when these vessels are dilated, there are room for blood to actually rush in. And when this blood rushes in, just like water, when you open up the Kainji Dam, all right, there is a forceful flow of water into a particular place. That's what keeps the penis turgid, all right? Now, you remember that there is a particular this thing that is responsible, the cyclic GMP, that is the cyclic guano monophosphate, is responsible for the longer lasting turgidity. But there is an enzyme that is responsible for actually bridging the free flow of this cyclic GMP, which is known as the phosphodiesterase enzyme type 5. That's PGE type 5.
You have gone into chemistry.
For those who are following.
This one is even making me more confused.
No, there is a point I'm trying to drive home now.
Go
now,
ahead.
this particular enzyme is the enzyme that is responsible for breaking down this cyclic GMP.
Okay.
That will lead to what? A relaxation of the penis. Okay? Now, the topic in question, you would understand that someone says that size matters.
Yes, I was going to come to that. Was it Mega who called in and said the size matters? And then I got a message on WhatsApp, someone from Ifeanyi from Polyneckede.
Okay.
He says the size of a man's male organ in marriage matters, but to also know how to make use of it is what also matters. The man should be a master of his home. However, let it not trouble any man. Yes, I would end it there. So some people are of the opinion that the size matters.
If the size matters, which simply means the bigger it is, the more fertile the man is. But it's not that way.
It's not that way.
Just like you say, if the size matters in the breast, the bigger it is, the more active it is.
Milk, or the more milk
you will find out, go to the hospital, the women who even find it difficult to start breastfeeding are the ones with the big size.
It's very true. Very, very
right?
true. Very
now,
true.
You see, currently now, there is a news going on about a young man who actually slept with a married woman and they are divorced now. Permit me to say that if you go in and look deep, the man whose wife was snatched away by a young guy, that young guy might not have a bigger organ. The man might have a bigger organ but does not know how to use it regularly.
Okay.
You understand? Women are sexual organs, sexual beings. They are more sexually active than men.
Oh, really?
All right?
Okay.
Now, so it simply means that they need to be filled up regularly. Now, if you now say it's the size, it simply means that most men will remain single.
Very true.
Because the average number of men you have just the average size. How many out of the whole lot have the size you talk about and say that size matters.
Wonderful.
Okay? So when you talk about the size now, are you talking about the length or are you talking about the circumference?
Most
You
people
might have the
they
longer
don't
one and
know.
the smaller
And the
thing.
smaller one,
and
they
someone
don't
has
know.
the shorter one and the bigger
They
thing.
don't know,
So
Dr.
you want to merge the two?
Take it easy. Okay, more messages on WhatsApp. Good morning, the Slim Diva. My name is Smith from Owerri. I love the zeal in bringing interesting health topics for us every day. My question is, how do we measure the size of a male organ? And is the measurement best done when aroused? He would also, I think he has answered that, but you can take that down, please. And then this one says, good morning, Auntie Mary and the doctor, Dr. Anya, who honestly, you people are enlightening us this morning. This is interesting. I learned a lot from the doctor in the studio. Every day we keep learning. Thank you so much to the doctor for educating us more. God bless you. My name is Uju, texting from Tetlo. Thank you, Uju. And this one says, okay, Daddy Ogochuku. Yes, I can see your message and I'll respond right after the program. Thank you so much. I'm trying to see if there are more messages on WhatsApp, and this one says, my name is Ray. Good morning to the guest in the studio and good morning, Slim Diva. I think pornography is one of the biggest and major cause of this particular problem we're talking about today, and Dr. Anyanwu has already mentioned that it is a big cause. Now, because I'm trying to manage the time, I might not be able to read all the messages, but I want you, Dr. Anyanwu, to touch on this. It is very important. As a result of a man being depressed due to the size of his male organ, they now go ahead to look for solutions.
Yes.
And then they fall back to enlargement or enhancement pills. Some go as far as going for surgery. Is there any risk in all of this, Dr. Anyanwu?
Slim Diva.
I want to talk about a complication that sometimes occurs with the hyaluronic acid fillers. Sometimes you can get a little bump or a nodule, and what I really like about these fillers is it takes about 2 seconds to fix it. So what we do is we use something called Hylenex. It's a hyaluronidase. This is an enzyme that's designed to dissolve hyaluronic acid. Sometimes people are worried that if we do that, they're going to lose volume. But by just putting a little bit in the bump, it's enough to get rid of the bump without changing.
As the penis is enlarging, your hands should enlarge too. Is that not so? No, now, let's be practical here. You see the problem? Even the pills they take. Let me bring a point to you. Do you know that the reason why people who have cancer die early when they are on chemotherapy than people who don't even go have a longer life? I'm not saying they shouldn't. The reason is simple. The drugs you take are not specific for the cancer cells.
Okay.
Assuming it's breast cancer, why don't you inject it into the breast? You take it through the mouth.
Okay.
So the tissues of the eye, would they be isolated? The tissues of the heart, would they be? It would go to the target organ, where is the breast. But before it gets there, it has touched a whole lot.
Of organs.
So as it's killing this part, it's also killing cells here and there. So if you're taking an enlargement organ tablet for the penis, your heart should get enlarged as well. So also your liver, so also your kidneys, because this drug will be detoxified by the liver and excreted by the kidney.
Wonderful.
And they will get into the stomach. So you should have them big. Do you understand?
I get
So
what
if
you're
these things are not happening, how do you now expect that the penis is going to get enlarged?
Oh my goodness. And then
You
people
apply
have been
cream.
with this for long.
Now, you see the thing. Ask yourself, those who have gone for the Brazilian butt lift, that's the BBL,
BBL.
how healthy are they? Do you know that 90% of them stink?
It's true.
Ah.
According to research.
They literally, towards the tail end of their lives, they start regretting the stuff they did at their youthful age.
Because they are subjected to regular maintenance.
Yes. Now,
So what happens when a lady is not able to maintain her, BBL?
she goes back to status quo now and starts stinking.
Okay.
All right? It rots here now. So, but the stuff we're talking about now is the male stuff. And people now go ahead buying drugs. And do you know that there is this particular theory that has existed right from time in our biology? If you did biology, you know Charles Darwin's theory of the use and disuse. There is a theory of the use and disuse theory, right? Where if you hang this arm up for the next 4 months without using it, it withers away.
Very true.
The muscles die
To
off.
die off.
If you don't use your penile region regularly, no exercise, that place starts shrinking. That's why most times as doctors we advise our mothers, stop wearing these pampers and all the rest of them regularly on the boys. You know very well, go and check. The men of old who used to wear pants and the young guys of now who wear boxers, the phallus of the guys who wear boxers is more bigger.
You mean of this generation rather than then?
Yes, because the undies they wore then was to hold the organ.
And it was tight.
Beautiful. It was restricting. But this time, guys flaunt everything here and there. There is room. Do you understand?
I get
so
you.
the structure and the lifestyle, like I'm always pertinent about lifestyle modification when it comes to health, okay? Then when you talk about all these things, you find out that the more you do these things and they don't work, the more anxiety builds up. As anxiety builds up, my sister, brother, you're directly going into depression. Because you're telling yourself you are not man enough.
Kai. Okay, Dr. Anyanwu, I wish you had all the time in the world, right? But we have barely 3 minutes. Barely 3 minutes. Okay, so I want to talk about people who now finally spiral into the state of hopelessness. Ima, one of the callers, called in to say he's actually in that state. He has gotten to that point. But for this program, he now feels that there is hope. What do you have to say to such men who have low self-esteem, who are depressed, who are contemplating suicide, have lost their spouses, their partners as a result of societal standards? Parting word and then final words of advice, then we round off.
I'm going to say it here. If you're listening to me and you're in this particular state, or you've moved into this particular state of depression, or feeling like life is all about going off for you because of the societal pressure you've placed yourself on in terms of trying to please women. Now I'm going to tell you as a man, you have failed yourself.
Oh, man.
All right? You have to choose yourself first. You see, in life, I remember in clinical practice, they would say, as a doctor, count the patients you have in the ward if you want to save. You see, for every time we did that, we as medical students failed, because our consultant would say, before you count yourself first.
Very true.
You will save yourself as the human being who has time to save others before you can save others. It's called triaging, all right? Now, choose yourself first. When you choose yourself, let me tell you, there is nothing that you're going through now that is new to man. You're not the only person with that size of phallus. There are a whole lot. Have you asked about the rich men who are actually making waves? Do you think they have them big? It's your priority, the phallus, or living a healthy life. All right? Now, you would have to tell yourself that you cannot choose rice because rice is the only thing available. The girl who told you or tells you or keep telling you that your phallus is of a small size, allow her to go to the market and choose the big one.
Okay.
Because most times you're dealing with people who've used plastics and rubber and toys to actually widen this particular environment and expect you to come and feel it and die in there. My brother, choose those who choose you. All right? You choose those who choose you.
Okay.
Yourself first.
Yourself first.
Then
you matter first.
Then the parting word is, remember that there are more dangerous things to actually come out of you going to actually fix yourself in a situation whereby if you have a good medical review, you might not even be having a problem. Erectile dysfunction can come from you abusing those drugs, all right? You could have injuries as small as skin tear. You know, there is this stuff they use pump to actually start dragging the phallus.
Yes.
At the point, they pull it from the root.
They call it stretching.
Yes, and at the end, you have penile gangrene.
Oh my
that
God.
the only option is to cut off the penis. Now you have none.
Oh, Lord.
Do you understand? Remember that in school we will say half bread is better than
None.
Do you understand? So it's better you have something to work with than you have none at all.
Thank you. Whatever be the size, that's what Dr. Anyanwu is saying. Just be grateful that you even have something and try to navigate your way around it, okay? Thank you so much, Dr. Anyanwu Darlington C, Senior Medical Officer and Medical Sonologist, Everett, for coming this morning. We appreciate you as always. Thank you so much. Mr. Kelvin Ugori and Nora Onyedim Nazu, I see you. Thank you as well for also accompanying Dr. Anyanwu to the studio. There's something he said. Your masculinity and self-confidence is what matters. Whatever any other person feels about you, now for them, not be for you.
Yes,
So you should be proud of yourself. Be proud of what you have. And if you feel you have issues, go seek the services of a medical professional, right, Dr. Anyanwu?
Yes.
Thank you very much. We'll have to leave it here till we'll come your way again tomorrow. I'll be right back tomorrow with yet another entertaining time out on Health Revolution. My name is Mary Omeniwode. You can call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable. At noon, we'll bring you the news at exactly 12. Okay. So if you have more questions, right, you want referrals, please send in a WhatsApp message on 0707 491 3438 0707 491 3438. Thank you again, Dr. Darlington Anyanwu, Everett Diagnostics and Laboratory Services Limited, for coming to the studio this morning.
It's always a pleasure.
Okay, up next is the news. Don't move an inch.
Echo FM.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, zobu, anybody.
Echo FM.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How can suspend me here? Are we your slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every day at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at EchoFM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
It's Wednesday, the 17th day of June, 2026. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the station with fair and balanced reporting. My name is Mary Omeniwode, bringing you the latest news and breaking stories around the world. Here are the headlines. Nigeria denies plans to introduce new telecoms and fuel taxes. Senate recall members from recess over rising insecurity. On the foreign scene, UAE backs long-term Nigerian investments and trade growth. Pakistan to repatriate 30 Iranian nationals. And police in Vietnam seize more than 400 cats in a major bust of animal theft ring. And on sports news, World Cup goals record just a number, according to Messi. We'll bring you details shortly. Stay tuned. Indeed, we start off with national stories that says the federal government has dismissed reports suggesting it plans to introduce new taxes on telecommunication services and petroleum products, describing such claims as inaccurate and inconsistent with its current policy direction. In a statement issued, the government stated that recent media reports linking proposed tax measures to recommendations contained in the International Monetary Fund's Article 4 consultation report on Nigeria had misrepresented its position. The government therefore clarified that the IMF report merely contains policy assessments and recommendations for consideration and does not constitute binding decisions on Nigeria. It also stressed that all fiscal policy decisions are subject to constitutional, legislative, and institutional processes and must align with national priorities and prevailing economic realities. And over to the red chambers, where the Senate has suspended its ongoing legislative recess and summoned lawmakers for an emergency plenary session to address pressing national issues, particularly rising insecurity across the country. In a notice issued by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, it stated that the emergency sitting was necessitated by matters of urgent national importance requiring immediate legislative attention. The Senate also apologized for any inconvenience the development might cause and urged all lawmakers to make the necessary arrangements to attend. The decision marks a significant shift from the National Assembly's earlier schedule. The emergency recall comes amid growing concerns over insecurity and renewed calls for stronger measures to tackle terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping. Only 4 days ago, President Bola Tinubu declared that no mercy would be shown to terrorists and their sponsors. And back to the southeast, the Abia State government has commenced the enforcement of its new centralized transport system in Umuahia with a phased relocation of transport operators to the Nnenna Oti Business Bus Terminal in Umuahia. The Commissioner for Information, Oke Kanu, disclosed that in order to ensure compliance by transport operators, the state government took time to hold a series of meetings with transport stakeholders during which their concerns were addressed. Kanu added that following steps taken by the government, full operations had commenced at the terminal, with informal transport operators and unions already moved to the facility despite the normal resistance that accompanies change. While answering questions from newsmen, the Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Chimezie Ukebu, said the state government had not deprived people of their means of livelihood, but had instead introduced a more organized system to sanitize the transport sector and improve it. And on political matters now, the 2027 presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Party, NDP, Peter Obi, has declared his readiness to die for Nigeria, stating that genuine leadership demands the ultimate sacrifice in the face of the country's worsening security crisis. He was asked what he will do as commander-in-chief to rescue kidnapped school children held in the bush, address the beheading of teachers, and respond to the killing of senior military officers, including generals. Although he did not outline specific operational strategies, Obi stressed the need for commitment and decisive leadership. His remarks come amid persistent banditry, kidnapping for ransom, and attacks on schools and security personnel across several parts of Nigeria. Obi lamented the rise of non-state actors challenging state authority and expressed confidence that committed leadership could restore Nigeria's military glory. Meanwhile, the Ondo State government has set up a steering committee for Safe Schools program in the state. This is part of efforts to protect school children from kidnapping and other forms of criminalities in Ondo State. The Safe Schools initiative is a federal government program designed to protect students, teachers, and educational infrastructure from violence, kidnapping, and other forms of attacks. At the inauguration of the committee in Akure, the State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Ibekele Ajebufon, explained that the committee was specifically created to carry out critical responsibilities, provide strategic direction, and enhance coordination among stakeholders. As the chairman of the committee, Ajibofun emphasized that the success of the initiative largely rests on the active participation of all stakeholders. He therefore affirmed that no meaningful teaching can take place where there is fear, and no effective learning can occur where there is insecurity. Time check right now, it's exactly 9 minutes past noon. If you just tune in, you are listening to the Global News at Noon, right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here's a recap of the headlines. Nigeria denies plans to introduce new telecoms and fuel taxes. Senate recall members from recess over rising insecurity. On the foreign scene, UAE backs long-term Nigeria investments and trade growth. Pakistan to repatriate 30 Iranian nationals. And police in Vietnam seize more than 400 cats in a major bust of animal theft ring. And on sports news, World Cup goals record, just a number, says Messi. You want to find out more? Please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this timeout. Don't go anywhere.
This is a public service announcement. In an effort to enhance road safety and minimize the risks of crash-related fatalities, Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command is urging citizens to promptly report any road crashes to the Corps Emergency Hotline. In the event of a road crash, citizens are advised to call the Corps Emergency Toll-Free Hotline at 122 to report the incident, or any of the Imo Sector Hotline 0913-960-0904. Provide as much information as possible, including the location of the crash and the number of people involved. Stay on the line to receive guidance from the Corps Response Team. The Sector Commander urges all citizens to take an active role in promoting road safety by promptly reporting any road crashes. Together, we can work towards reducing the rate of road crash fatalities and creating safer roads for everyone. This message is brought to you by Echo FM 100.7 in partnership with the Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command as part of our corporate social responsibility. Thank you for listening.
Glad to know you're still there. If you just joined us, you are listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We'll now move over to the rest of the news. And in business news, the United Arab Emirates UAE has stated that its long-term economic commitments to Nigeria remain intact, citing growing trade volumes, increased investment activity, and emerging opportunities in technology and infrastructure. Speaking on the evolving economic relationship between both countries, UAE Minister of State at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Saeed Aboumarak stated that Nigeria has become an increasingly important partner within the UAE's broader engagement across Africa. According to him, the relationship is being driven by long-term economic priorities rather than short-term global developments. He therefore noted that non-oil trade between the two countries had expanded significantly over the past 5 years, reflecting broader diversification in economic engagement. The UAE also signaled plans to broaden its engagement within Nigeria beyond trade, with a stronger focus on investment, innovation, and economic transformation. Over to the foreign scene, where Pakistan has stated that it will repatriate some 30 Iranian seamen recently indicted by the U.S. authorities and rescued by a British vessel separately. The announcement was made by Islamabad's top diplomat in a post on the U.S. social media platform X. This includes 8 Iranian fishermen rescued at sea by the British vessel after their boat ran aground, and with 22 Iranian crew members from the vessel recently indicted by U.S. authorities. Both groups are expected to transit through the port city of Karachi in the coming days. Meanwhile, the development comes as the U.S. and Iran are set to ink a memorandum of understanding in Switzerland on Friday to end their months-long war. Pakistan remains committed to humanitarian cooperation and to extending every possible assistance to Iranian brothers, he maintained. Still on the foreign scene, reports say more than 40 of the rescued cats have been reunited with their owners following the multi-day operation last week, but several dozen of those rescued have died due to the harsh conditions that they were found in. The operation is a sobering reminder of the enormous scale of Vietnam's cat meat trade, according to Caravia, who leads a campaign against dog and cat meat consumption for the international non-profit Humane World for Animals. According to him, with a total of more than 500 cats seized, local media has reported this as one of the Vietnam's largest cat welfare cases in recent years. The suspects admitted to trapping and collecting cats across South Vietnam over the past 3 years. And lastly, on sports news this afternoon, Argentina captain Lionel Messi savored a beautiful moment after becoming the World Cup's joint all-time leading goal scorer, but noted that ultimately it is just a statistics and nothing more. The 38-year-old forward edged another memorable chapter in his glittering career with a brilliant hat-trick in the South Americans' 3-0 win over Algeria in Kansas City. Messi's hat-trick, his first ever at a World Cup, vaulted him alongside Germany's Miroslav Klose as the top scorer in the tournament's history with 16 goals. Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni said he no longer had the words to describe Messi. Meanwhile, Argentina midfielder Alexis Mac Allister stated that Messi was still the heartbeat of the team despite his veteran status. And that's all for the Global News at noon this afternoon, as was brought to you directly from our news desk. For more information and inquiries, please visit our social media platforms on Facebook at Echo FM and Echo FM 100.7, on X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, and YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net, that is www.echofm.net. My name is Mary Omeni-Wode. Thank you so much for listening. Do have yourselves a lovely afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7.